Hello there, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be making a light, refreshing dish to break up all the rich, heavy meals we've been making. It's called a Shopska salad, and I'm going to show you how to make it. And for your convenience, here's the ingredients. So Shopska salad is originally from the Balkans, or Bulgaria to be specific, and it shares the same colors as its national flag. Little fun fact for you. It's a light, refreshing salad that can help reset your palate when you've been cooking with a lot of heavy flavors over the holiday season, which can be important so you're not overpowering all of your taste buds with the same flavors all season, and you want to make sure you're kind of keeping a baseline so that you don't get out of whack on your flavor profile. It's not a super hard dish to make. But with some love, you can make a super salad to serve when your season is saturated in heavy seasonings. But with all the rambling out of the way, let's get into the prep. There's no actual cooking in this dish, which hopefully doesn't surprise you being that it's a salad. But I've got some Kumato olives here that I'm just going to dice and put in the bowl. You can use other tomatoes if you want. You could use a Roma or a beefsteak, but whatever you have on hand is going to do the job pretty well for this dish. Just use your best judgment, pick your best flavor. Simple as that. Now get yourself a nice red bell pepper. Pop that top off. You can score down these edges and miss that core, which should make it a little bit easier. Pop that end off. Give it a nice matchstick julienne, and then take all those pieces and get those into a nice brunoise. And none of this has to be perfect, just do your best. Make sure I get all this stuff off the top because we don't want to waste anything. And there you go, peppers in the bowl. Now go ahead and get yourself a nice cucumber. I'm using an English cucumber. You can use whatever cucumber you feel like using. I'm just going to top both ends, cut that bad boy in half, and then cut that half in half. And then we're just going to make decent sized little pieces out of it. One of these days I'll invest in a bench scraper, but that day is not today. I did finally get a potato peeler though. Cucumbers in the bowl. Onto the onion. So I know a lot of you probably aren't a big fan of raw onion. It's a really strong flavor and can be overpowering for a lot of people. So what we're going to do, once we get it all diced up, is put it in a bowl of ice water to help take some of the bite off of it. Just go ahead and get it in some ice water, give it a little rinse over, and that'll help take some of those chemicals out that make them so pungent. Now go ahead and add your onion to all of your other ingredients. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil, a little bit of salt to help pull some of the moisture out and season it, a little bit of black pepper, and an optional ingredient, some balsamic vinegar if you're feeling like it. And then just give that a little mix together. And now we're just going to set this aside for about 10 minutes or so, or until some of the moisture is pulled out. And while we're waiting on that, we'll cut up the parsley to finish it off. And then all you need to do is give that parsley a nice little chop, and then a nice once over just to get all the pieces a little smaller. Now I will say, the balsamic vinegar is a very optional item, and traditionally they would use a sunflower oil instead of an olive oil for this. So if you're looking for real authenticity, go ahead and use sunflower oil instead. Alright, we got some nice moisture pooling in the bottom. I don't know how well you can see it. So we're just going to try and portion out as evenly as we can some of that salad. Get a little of the feta and crumble that over the top. Now typically they would use Cyrene cheese, which I think is how you say it, but it's really hard to get in the States. So I'm going to use feta because it's the closest relative to the cheese that they use. Give that a nice sprinkle of parsley over the top. And you're good to go. Like I said, it's a light, refreshing dish to have that kind of feels like the holidays, but is going to help you reset your palate a little bit so when you're cooking with heavy seasonings and holiday herbs, you don't burn your taste buds out. But as I like to say, If it's bad for the heart, it's good for the soul. And I'll see you in the next one.